All right, we're standing outside our latest rental property. The last time I saw you, this house was ready to be rehabbed, and now we rehabbed it. Let's go check out what we did and why we did it. Hey, and welcome to one of my latest rental properties. I'm going to talk in this video about rehabbing. Where do you start? Where do you stop? Because every rehab could probably double or triple if you don't know where to stop. What is the end product that you're going to be putting out? If you're going to flip it and it's a nice area and sell it, you're probably going to do a little bit of different things than if you're going to keep it as a rental property. If you're going to keep it as a rental property, you really want to make it nice, you really want to make it clean, but you really want to make it maintenance free so that when you have tenants in the properties for years and years and tenants turn, you don't have to do a ton of different work and upon turns replace carpet or do all that kind of stuff. So in this video, let's kind of walk through our latest rental property and kind of show you what we're going to do and not do. So we're in the kitchen. We're going to replace this whole kitchen. It's a pretty simple kitchen. We're going to tear all this out, put a new kitchen in, probably throw an island here in the middle. But that's about it in here. A pretty simple kitchen, not much cabinets, not much granite to work with. So new kitchen, maybe an L shape there and maybe an island. That's it in here. Let's head on into the bedrooms and bathrooms. As we're walking, you see we're going to paint all these walls, of course. Baseboard, pretty crappy shape. We're going to put new floor in, so we're definitely going to replace that baseboard once we replace the floor. The floor is in pretty good shape, but it's just old and outdated, so we're not going to keep it. Here is the bathroom. So in this bathroom, we are going to probably keep tile and glaze this white to kind of match and put a new toilet in, new flooring. That'll be about it. Maybe new kitchen vanity, but I'd say we're probably going to spend $700 to $1,500 in here. Just have a nice clean bathroom. This is the main bathroom in the house, the only shower or tub in the house. So we're gonna make it pretty nice. We're not gonna half-ass it. All right. Bedrooms are all pretty much the same. So we're not really gonna do much in here besides paint the walls, replace the floor, the same flooring throughout, luxury vinyl plank that wears well, that you have, that wears well and that, that's water resistant, so you don't really have any of those type of issues. There's just a half bath in here. We're gonna kind of do the same thing, just new toilet, new vanity. The flooring will be new and we'll be done in there. This is a pretty simple rehab. We love doing rehabs like this that don't require a ton of work. Just kind of putting the cosmetic surface finishes on it, get in and out quickly and get a renter in here because we're not making any money on this unless it's rented. One thing that I do like to notice when I first walk in houses is windows. Windows are not cheap. These are definitely not original windows. Original windows were a little bit probably metal back in the day. So these metal are wood and these are vinyl, which is good. Windows $300 to $500 a window, and these are updated in the past few years, which is awesome. Usually replace the doors, but if they're all in really good shape, even if a little older, we'll just paint them and update the handles to make them look nice because doors aren't cheap and wood's not cheap right now. So we always provide blinds when we redo properties. A lot of people don't do that because it's another maintenance thing, it's an extra expense. However, most of your tenants aren't gonna go out and spend the money on blinds, cutting them and installing them. So they're just gonna throw either a bed sheet up or a shower curtain or something up, and that just looks crappy, and we don't like that driving up to our houses, and we don't like to see that. We don't want our tenants having to do that. So what we do is we do provide blinds, just simple blinds, simple 1-inch clean blinds in every single house that we have, all along the front of the house. This is exactly the type of rentals that we want. They don't require a bunch of work. They're simple, 15, 20 green, we'll get in and out. Kind of just make new kitchen, spice up the bathrooms a little bit, paint, new flooring, make sure there's no serious maintenance issues that we're gonna have to run into in the future. So, I mean, this is exactly what we own. This is what we shoot for. This is what we like. It's a beautiful house. I do own a lot of these, but I would own 1,000 of these. Just nice little rectangle built in the 1950s, 1960s. So there are definitely things that you do want to do with rental properties that you maybe wouldn't do with other properties, and there are things that we do specifically to help with future maintenance, future costs, future headaches when you're going to own a rental property for multiple years. Head on in. So, as you can see, we are not quite done with the cleanup. Construction is about 99% done. We just got a couple things to button up and do the final clean. Well, let's walk through the house and show you what we did and why we did it. So you can see the difference. We have one floor throughout the entire property. This is luxury vinyl plank. This is the same floor we use at pretty much all of our rental properties, as well as new baseboards and new paint. So nothing too crazy. We just want this to look like a nice new place that looks like a rehab. The biggest change you'll see is probably here in the kitchen. So we wanted to make this a functional space. Before there was just a few cabinets and that was it. There was no pantry space before, so we ended up giving people more storage space by putting this island, a nice little place to eat, as well as a pantry over there, a cabinet pantry, because in here, as well as are in most slabs, which slabs aren't around the entire country, slab means no basement, this is where the washer and dryer goes. So there's not really any room to store any groceries or anything like that. So we're waiting on appliances because things are a little bit back ordered these days. But once we get all the appliances, this whole kitchen is going to have a really, really nice feel. And honestly, this is a really, really nice kitchen. Granite countertops, everything. We do go with the gray cabinets to help with finger smudges and just to help things look a bit nicer. They can hide dirt a little bit better than white cabinets. So that's why we go with that and pretty much do the same finishes in every one of our rentals. Let's head into the bathrooms. Didn't do much in this bathroom. It was in pretty good shape. Tub surround was still there, didn't have to do anything there. Just basically new toilet, new vanity. Same floor throughout and everything. We got some cleaning up to do in here, but this is gonna be a nice bathroom once it's cleaned up and didn't really cost a ton of money. All the bedrooms have the same flooring throughout. As we talked in the initial video, the actual windows were in great shape. They're vinyl windows. We do add blinds. We have blinds for at least the front of the house and not the entire house. The bathroom in here, just a new toilet, new vanity. Not a whole lot going on in there. You'll see these doors, we did not do anything but paint them. We did not replace the doors. The doors are in really good shape. They're just simple slab doors. So all we had to do was add new hardware but paint them, but they're all in really good shape. All right, out front, as you can see, this is a nice house with a brick front. It's just a nice, cute, awesome looking house. So in the front, with the landscaping, we usually like to do a little bit, we either do rock or kind of black mulch. We like to keep things kind of simple, but we do want to add some curb appeal. We don't want it to just look like grass going all the way up to the side of the house. We want it to look nice when the tenant drives up the first time. When they drive up every time, honestly, it's a little bit more maintenance from us to get it set up and to make sure it looks good after the tenant leaves, but it's worth it because it really adds, you know, kind of that homey feel, and you want your tenants wanting to have pride in ownership and like living where they're living. And we have pride in ownership, so we do a little bit of simple landscaping in front of all of our rentals. One thing I don't like in my rentals is trees. Here's the backyard. You can see no really trees back there, or at least no big ones. There are a few trees you can see behind me, but they are far enough away from the house because tree roots get into the foundation. This is a slab, so there's no foundation. And tree roots do like to get into sewer lateral lines, but we had this one checked out, we're okay. And then they fall eventually, or branches fall. So as you can see where I'm walking, there are a few trees in the yard, but nothing super close to the house. If there was a big tree close to the house, we would trim it up like crazy or probably cut it down. So you want to appeal to as many people as possible when you're doing your finishes. That's why we keep everything pretty neutral. Yeah, it'd be fun to try a few funky things here or there, but you're not going to appeal to as many people. Most people are just completely fine with some nice gray tones. That's why we do this flooring. It matches the countertop and the cabinets. And the walls we do, the color is called Amazing Gray, and it goes really, really well with kind of these gray finishes as well as oil rub bronze if we do choose to do those. So we do the same throughout everything, so we just have a crap ton of gallons of the same color paint that we can use, so we're not having to mark different paint for different houses and different touch-ups and different things if we got to come here and touch something up throughout the process of owning the house. So just keeping everything as simple and as uniform as possible, while also just kind of keeping up with the trends a little bit. You don't got to be super trendy, but you don't want to probably have, you know, brand new brown cabinets with a countertop that's not really in play anymore. So we just kind of keep up with the trends a little bit, but just keep things simple and uniform so we don't have to keep track as much. So a thing that we started to do after we got into this a little bit was we like to fill up the garage with trash and just do 1 or 2 trash hauls throughout the entire project. We used to put dumpsters out, and dumpsters sitting out in driveways just call unnecessary attention from everybody. I can't tell you, I don't think we had one dumpster that didn't have a neighbor throwing in things that shouldn't be in dumpsters, like tires or dishwashers or tree branches, things like that. So everybody just fills them up, and then they also draw unwanted attention from inspectors. If something needs a license, we get a licensed contractor in there to do it. But we just don't want some inspectors poking around your properties, because we've had it happen all the time. You got a dumpster in front, people are throwing crap in there, shouldn't be in there, and inspectors just walk in the front door. You know, what are you guys doing looking around, poking around? Because we do everything up to code, we do everything the right way, but there's always something that in the middle of a project somebody could pick apart. So the best thing to do, and one of my favorite things we started to do as we started to do this, was we just fill up the garage or wherever we can with as much stuff as possible, then just do 1 haul, get everything out. Maybe a project's big enough that it needs 2 hauls, but it's just not drawing unwanted attention, and it just looks better for the neighborhood, not having to have a dumpster full of trash out for 2 or 3 months.